Welcome to the channel. I'm Meki, and today I'm going to be playing a game called Rollerdrome. The game was provided by the makers of the game, and it's available now. I think it's released on PlayStation 5 recently. I believe it may have been on other platforms before as well. It's from the same people who made Ollie Ollie World 2, which I played on stream, and that VOD can actually be found, I think, within the videos on this channel. But yeah, I was really enjoying this, so let's see what this game holds. Okay, so first initial impressions. The music immediately made me think of an 80s movie, which I thought was very cool. I take some time quickly just to check some settings and things like what the accessibility is like. It's something that I generally look at when I'm looking at games once I've bought games. There's lots of options, as you can see. I think with the accessibility, a lot of it is based around the subtitles or some camera shake stuff and things like that. It doesn't seem to have a huge amount of accessibility options. High contrast is there, which is very cool. And then obviously there's all kinds of assists that you can have as well, which is interesting. The controls we get into in a second. Here we're going to take a quick look at the controls. The tutorial is quite helpful actually. It gives you a lot of insight into what you're doing. Movement's actually really straightforward. You hit the left stick forward to initiate the skate. Once you do that, you're just moving the left stick or holding the left stick to move around, so it's really straightforward. And braking actually is the opposite direction, so you just pull back. Which is very cool. And you know, the tutorial is quite nice because it gives you simple, collect these things, do these things. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you do, it's a lot of fun. Here you can see like jumps, so very similar to like skateboarding games or skating games in the past. The jumps are quite forgiving actually. For the most part, you're okay. You don't really fall over from what I've seen so far in the game. That's not an issue, but there is a lot going on. So here you can see things like grabs, so you can do tricks, and when you do those grabs you get extra points, and those are very important, and you'll see why shortly. Then we've got things like spins, which are also included, so very much like I say in, you know, a skateboarding or skating type of game, and movements, spins and jumps and all those kind of things. And we also have flips as well, so flips are in there, very useful in a lot of... Now combat, I mentioned earlier that the flips and the tricks are key. The reason they're key is that they refill your ammo, so the more you do them, the more ammo you get, and you'll need those as you go along. So you can do things like grind on rails, you can do firing, and using R2 to fire as well, which they'll talk about in a second. You can also dodge enemies' gunshots. And as I said before, when you ride around, you're using R2 to shoot. So you need to aim at things that you shoot at. Once the crosshairs are on them, you can use R2 and you'll do damage to them. There's also a mode which is called reflex time, which is like it slows down time, a little bit like bullet time, I guess, which helps you attack or dodge or whatever. I found it quite useful against enemies because, you know, it gives you that extra time to focus and hit them with your bullets. Your health is replenished by eliminating enemies, so once you do, you get little bits of health. So it's actually quite a good way of maintaining your health. It's never really a massive concern, but you can die, and you will die if you're not careful. And then they give you a little chance to actually put all those things together in one go. A very cool feature of that is you're passing all of the tutorial and then you're ready for a proper test of combat. So you'll jump into that and then you get to put everything all together and see how you fare against a very initial stage. And I love the way this intro, you roll out and jump straight into the arena. And as you're going through the levels, there are tasks and things like that for you to perform. You just need to know what they are. And when you get to the last enemy, you get a nice little animation, and you get the victory. Post-fight, you also get a evaluation. You get a list of the tasks that you've achieved, the challenges that you've achieved during the battle, and then you also get a grade on how well you performed. And here you can see I get a D, so I'm going to have to go back and get a better result on that one. And then because you've done that, you unlock a different arena, and the arenas so far I've seen have been some interesting spaces and places, so it's very cool. This tells you what the challenges are before you even begin, so it's worth having a look at those and then thinking, do I need to achieve them specifically, or what can I do quite naturally within the process. One thing to note as well is that you are being penalised on time, so you can have a great performance, but if you take really long to do it, it will have a negative effect on your performance and your grade. Once you've done a couple of rounds, you can unlock things. So here we find that we unlock a new weapon, and we also unlock a new ability, which we're about to go through a tutorial to actually practice. Both of those things. So we get to practice the new technique and the new weapon. So see here, we probably actually inadvertently did wall riding earlier, but you can see that it's quite cool. Very similar to Jet Set Radio, actually. And then here you get a weapon swap, so you can then move to a shotgun. And what I actually found was the shotgun was really, really good in a lot of situations. Obviously you have considerably less ammo, but at the same time, you seem to do way more damage, and it actually, you know, so far that has been the better of the two weapons that I've found. And my final thoughts. So I'll just let the game play in the background now. What I would say is that what I've played so far I've really enjoyed. I think the way in which it controls is a lot of fun. I think the combat is nice. It's not too easy. I've been through a few situations where I got stuck or died. So I've definitely seen the eliminated screen. This arena particularly adds a very different element to it by it being so you have a gap. It's not like you just have one area to focus on. You can fall down. There's lots to think about. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of fun to be had within these different arenas. So I'm really enjoying this game. Looking forward to playing it more, and hopefully actually play some on my Twitch channel, which you can see in the link below. And you know, if you're still there, just make sure you click like and subscribe and do me a massive favour, and I'll be probably reviewing a few more games actually, because there's a few things that I've been given, and it'll be cool to share with you guys. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and bye.